Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome back here. My name is Jackson Pry Brown, joined alongside Nicholas Kermit Malash, as we've got St. Clair Saints versus George Mason University here in winners finals of our CRL. East qualifiers number 1 here. Yep. 8 teams total are going to qualify from this first one. There's 8 pools. So the winner of each pool will qualify today. If you're just tuning in, it is going to be, I think it's like 16 to 32 teams in each pool as well. So there's a lot of competition. I mean, only one team gets away with a spot here. And we do currently have our St. Clair Saints gold roster. They are going to be in these winter finals roster that we're about to cover here against George Mason. And for our green roster, they will be in lower round 6 or 7 here right now. They're getting pretty thick into the lower bracket, but a lot's going on, and we got some good games coming ahead.
Yeah, and you know what? The winner of this goes on to the grand finals to play the winner of the lower finals. So we got a lot of Rocket League ahead, depending what happens with our green team. If we win this, I think we'll follow up with our green team in the next matchup we are able to. So again, we'll see how this plays out.
If the Saints win this game, we will follow green for the rest of the tournament until grand finals, right? So it's going to be a big one here. Even if the Saints do end up losing this game, they just drop to lower finals. Yeah. So essentially, regardless, no matter what, after this game, we will be going back over to the Saints green roster as they do try to fight their way through the lower bracket. But here we are, game number 1 of our best of 5, St. Clair College versus George Madison University here, or George Mason?
George Mason.
George Mason. All right, so here we go. GMU versus SEC, getting things started. 20 seconds into this one. The winner of this game advancing to grand finals.
Yeah, and you got your Saints red, orange. I don't know if that's how they are, or if it goes by colors. I don't know what team, how that goes between colors or whatnot, but again, it's pretty... I think we should expect a pretty close matchup, just like last year's.
Yeah, I definitely am going to agree that we probably are going to have another close one, as Devin from the side of GMU will find the first one here in this series. It is going to be George Mason really connecting on a good play. Devin coming in from high, and nobody there for St. Clair. Just a nice little hole pocket into the net. Communication might not have been there on who was playing the defending position, but it's going to be St. Clair taking an early disadvantage here. GMU looking to maintain their lead. That's actually another great kickoff start. Titanium immediately sending it to St. Clair's zone.
Yeah, and I mean, to start off the game, opening up the scoring 45 seconds in, that is huge for GMU. And I mean, if you're St. Clair, you do not want to be on your back foot here. You want to open up that scoring as well. You want to get yourself on the board in this series as soon as possible.
Yeah, you definitely need to get yourself on the scoreboard as soon as possible. It's been a little rough for the Saints playing down a goal here today. It's like the pressure gets on and it just makes things a little bit more difficult here for them. But regardless, Jay going to send over a nice little pass to Spoods. Spoods trying to translate this one into an offensive play. Not going to come through though. And it's going to be Comp actually. It's just one-on-one. Comp versus JK. Comp's going to win it. He sends it over. He finds the goal. That's a tie game now, 1-1 after the first minute or half or so. Comp, it was essentially just this nice little deke here onto JK, which got him. It drops it down, and that will just glide into the net. And it's now a 1-1 scoreline.
Yeah, if you're Saints, that's exactly what you want to do. You want it to answer fairly quick. You don't want to wait till you get to that minute mark, because then that's when even more stress builds up. Everything builds up throughout the game, and it's a 1-1 game, so now you're relieved a little bit. You're like, all right, we can score against these guys, but again, we have to play solid defense.
Yeah, solid defense is really kind of like the big thing, I think, from the Saints here right now. The Saints, their offensive opportunities, their offense has always been there. We've all known that here, that it's always been there for the offense side of things. It's the defense that always sketches me out here. It makes me so concerned here sometimes, but regardless, they have been playing fairly well. They're doing a fairly good job on the defense so far, only just allowing that one to squeak through. But they got to get it out of their zone. They got to get a big clear and try to turn this into something more. Comp got pretty lucky with his first goal. I mean, it was just a good opportunity he had. It was a good opening, and really used it to his advantage. But I don't know if they're going to get another opportunity as easy as that one, as Comp sends it through. That's going to be Jay trying to play off the rebound, but not going to go.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity, but both teams right now have both had their offensive opportunities, and, it's just about who can outlast longer, who can last longer playing defense. And at that point, it's going to be who wins this game. And honestly, against these two teams, you're 1-2 right now. You're in the bracket. This team's, I believe, ranked number 2 in the bracket. So you have a good battle right here.
Yeah, exactly, right? So this is as close as it can get seating wise, right? You look at the the matchup of the day or something like that. You look at that, it's probably gonna be your St. Clair Saints Gold roster versus GMU here in this one. So we are looking to find this grand final spot, but still only a 1-1 game. We have under 2 minutes remaining on the clock, so over half the game has passed by us already. And both teams have really stepped up on the defense side. We saw 2 early goals, both of them in the first minute and a half or so, and since then, it's been a lot of, midfield battles, defending saves, and a lot of, just some good overall defensive play.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough game. You got Devin demoing Spoods, opening up that opportunity there, but nice clear to midfield, but right back into the zone. GMU looking to, get the game leading goal, and it's just wide, and Jay's there to catch the ball.
Yeah, so here we are now. It's going to be the side of Comp. I'm just driving back, going to grab some boost, potentially to help him out here. But no, he just left it. Oh my goodness, the boost. And he was the only one on defense. He goes to the boost, tries to come back into the play, but no one else was there to play defense. Comp just thought he was going to be able to connect on that play, and he just was not able to. It's going to allow GMU to find the opportunity there. Now a 2-1 advantage for the side of GMU. St. Clair Saints Gold going to have a tough time, but they got to find something here now in the next 70 seconds.
Yeah, now you're down to the 60 seconds left, and this is what I said you don't want to be at. You don't want to be down by 1 with 60 seconds left, almost down by 2 at a big save there by Comp. And, I mean, it's just back and forth game. It's only game 1, so it is a 5-game series, so you do have a little bit of longer of a series, but again, it's
a good shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Off the top bar, too, after JK saved it. That's going to be an opportunity here, but no, not quite. That's going to be redirected back into Saints' end.
Yeah, sometimes you see some beautiful centers, but just nobody to follow it up, and that's Devin kicking it up in the net. That's GMU finding another one there. Now 3-1. The side of St. Clair not able to do it justice as Devin just going to sneak it by Jay right there. And, just a tough bet there for the side of St. Clair to try to play off that one. Now needing to find 2 goals in the next half a minute. It's going to be far from an easy task. You got to start it with 1 right here, right now. But with this ball getting sent over to St. Clair's zone, I think this might be wrapping up our game number 1.
Yeah, I think it will. I mean, there's a little bit of an opportunity here, but the defense from GMU just, unbelievable. They had their opportunities and, cashed in on them every time. And just like that, it's going to be fairly, a 3-1 win for GMU.
A really close opportunity, though. St. Clair, they definitely had their opportunities. They definitely, maybe let some plays in that they definitely did not want to be letting in here now. So, yeah, 3-1 is the scoreline we see in the first one there. GMU taking it as we now get ready to hop into game number 2. Saints are looking to turn things around. Winner of this goes to grand finals. So, your top 2 seeds, it literally does not get closer than this. You met in the perfect time. Winner goes to grands, and I cannot emphasize that enough because with only 1 team qualifying out of this bracket, just makes it such a competition that, even if St. Clair Saints Gold end up losing this game, the odds of them going back and playing George Mason are so big.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have team because you're going up against teams that have been playing all day. You have to grind. It's a longer bracket in the lower bracket. You have almost double the games. It's just.
I would be not surprised at all if we see this exact matchup again at some point in the series in grand finals. Yep. Yeah, I would not be surprised by any means necessary. Or if we see some other big matches or other rematches. Even if we see, I wouldn't be surprised as well if we see St. Clair Saints Green versus U of F again either. Because those are some big games. But regardless, that's going to be some big saves and shots coming through from both sides. But a half minute has passed through early in this one. No early shots or goals have been actually completed and made through here quite yet. But St. Clair, they're going to have to find something. Got to get this offensive pressure to connect. Because, typically we talk about the Saints offense and how strong it is all the time. But it's not looking too great right now. Okay, so now just got word from production. The St. Clair Saints Green roster is going to be going up against the UCF Knights. And the UCF Knights is a roster that the Saints Green team knows quite well, as UCF Knights were actually able to take the St. Clair Saints out of CRL last season. But Spoods will find the first goal in this one, looking to tie up the series against GMU. St. Clair Gold now starting to find a little bit more of their rhythm.
Yeah, and that's a great goal to open it up. A little bit longer than last time, minute 8 into this game. And, I mean, that's how you. I mean, you want to open it up, but again, you want to score. You can't let off the throttle. You have to keep it going, especially with this quality of team. Again, I'm gonna say it again. It's 1-2. You guys are the best in the bracket, and just you can't let off the throttle.
No, you literally can't here right now. This ball is going to be lurking around this St. Clair zone, but it's going to be Comp looking to get on the aerial play to send it away. But Devin, he's been such a highlight player here so far. He's already found himself a couple of goals in this series, and now some more defensive plays as well. Jay, could he pop this one over for a center? Yes, he does, but Titanium is quick to send it out, as it's now going to be St. Clair on the defensive side of things, trying to save this one out. Comp going to come through big and fast. He's going to shut that play down. Spoods here in midfield. This is a 2-on-1. This is a 2-on-1. Comp, they left it out open, and this is what I mean. The over-rotations are killing St. Clair.
Yeah, again, just like how they opened up the last game, they're going to open up this game with, again, bad rotations. Comp was almost there, but again, it's when you commit to something and you miss it like that, it's detrimental to your team.
Exactly. So here we are. It's going to be a tie game now. From Saints, they at least did have that 1-goal lead, right? So at least now, you're at a clean slate once again. It's not going to be, you having to play down from at a deficit. So here we go, halfway through this one. Lots of time to work with on the clock. You just got to regain that composure, play nice and calm, play your game, and just try to find these offensive opportunities. But as of right now, it's not looking too easy with GMU constantly forcing the defense, constantly clearing the ball, and not allowing St. Clair to come through with kind of any play that they really want to.
Yeah, so it's tougher because you have to almost gain a new strategy, a new playing style than what you're used to, what you practice. So when you get a team like this where you can't really use the backboard, as I say that, Spoods is going to come through and open the...
Yeah, big assist from Jay. That's going to come through, and yeah, just as you were saying, give them the lead. Spoods will connect there. Just a speedy shot going in at nearly 120 kilometers an hour, and that is a fast shot indeed. So St. Clair Saints Gold now will regain that lead just how they were looking to. It is a 2-1 advantage, so still only a 1-goal game. So St. Clair, you should be far from comfortable at this point in time right now. I mean, GMU, they've been proven to find these goals when needed, and St. Clair, they got to keep that in back in the mind. Got to keep up the stellar defense while maintaining an offensive presence.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable work, and I mean, it's back and forth. I'm not going to say anything until the game is over. And what a shot by Spoods, and he's going to have a hat trick.
Spoods has been unreal all day long, proving why he belongs on this roster, proving why he is so dominant in the game of Rock League. That's a third picked up for the side of St. Clair GMU. They still lots of time to work with to try to find an answer back, but St. Clair is looking like they're starting to kind of heat up.
Yeah, I mean, you're down by 1 in the series. You have a 2-goal lead now. I think you have to run off this momentum and just keep scoring. Just pound the goals in the net. Try to, biggest goal leads. You have to make sure that you can get the mentality of GMU not in the right place, so you can take advantage of that.
If you can kind of mess with the other team's mental, that's something that's very big here in the game of Rocket League, just trying to do whatever you can. That's going to be Jay keeping the play alive, just a quick little tap in there, but regardless, I think St. Clair should be focusing a lot more on their defensive play here right now. I mean, I know that you got to keep the offensive pressure on, but defense is definitely going to help you win this game more than likely. It's 3-1, about 70 seconds remain on the clock. It's St. Clair still trying to find some more scoring opportunities, and they're doing a pretty good job at it. I just don't want them to risk out their defensive side for it.
Yeah, Jay's going to go up for this one. Look for off the back, and, JK gets it clear to midfield, but GMU's going to have a little bit of possession, a little bit of interference to interfere with the player, try to mess him up a little bit. Spoods, 1 player left, just a little bit wide, and I believe that was Devin gets a nice save.
Yeah, Spoods had no boost left yet to use on that play, so he wasn't able to go for like as clean of a deke or whatnot there that he potentially would have liked to go for. So still 3-1, 30 seconds on the clock, still very, very doable for GMU, but they're going to have to find a goal in the next 10-15 seconds or so if they do want to have a better opportunity to close this one through. It's going to be Jay looking to find the ball here and finds another. That's going to seal the deal. That's a 4th for St. Clair on the board. GMU now trailing by 3 with only 23 seconds on the clock. I just don't know if this one is going to be completely doable here for the side of GMU right now. St. Clair has put the pressure on the GMU net.
Yeah, I mean, you have 7.5 seconds to score 3 goals, for each goal, so it's extremely tough. And I'm going to give this game to Saints Gold and tie up this series at 1 apiece.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jay's going to find
And
another
there-
one there. That's just going to completely seal the deal even more than it already was. 5-1 here now. St. Clair is really starting to find some of their presence here now. If they can just keep this up moving forward in the series, I definitely think it will help. And honestly, a lead this dominant from St. Clair is probably getting a little bit into GMU's head. Like, a little bit. It's got to be kind of a little bit probably messing with their mental. Just the fact that St. Clair has really started to pick up their on the rhythm and find kind of like a good streak.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to tie this up on big fashion and another
Oh,
one. Add
God.
another one. Comp's going to put himself on the board. That's going to be 6-1, a 5-goal differential. And, I mean, if they can do this again in the game number 3, this could really mess up GMU's momentum going into game 4, and that could be a series.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a 1-1 series here now. If this next game is going to have such a sway on the series. I mean, whenever you have a 1-1 series scoreline, game 3 has such a big impact here. So we're going to see what happens regardless of going into this next one. But overall, the play from GMU definitely hasn't been toned down. They're still playing very, very good. They're still playing like a stellar team. St. Clair just going to come through, bring their A-game. Spoods has really started to turn up, and St. Clair has been rewarded for it here now. A 1-1 series scoreline, as we do have our Saints green roster still just powering their way through the lower bracket.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna ask production here, is the green series, is that a best of 3?
Yeah, I believe the green
I
series
believe it
is going to be best of 3 still
so-
down there. So, yeah, they're still going to be a little bit speedier down there than us up here. But Titanium, 2 early demos.
Yeah, that is huge. It just sucks they didn't have the ball in the offensive zone, and you know they're playing on the defense, back foot again, defense, and here's going to be another opportunity for the Saints, but nice defense there by Titanium.
Yeah, the defense from Titanium has looked really, really solid here right now. And that being said, that's a shot on net there from JK, but Spoods will be there for the save. Titanium putting it in. Was that an own goal, or was Jay actually shot that? I'm not 100%. So JK gets this one going here. Spoods hits it off the wall there, and then Jay, this is the final touch right there, and that is going to clean that one up. Nice power shot, gonna dribble back through the net. And honestly, those are usually the type of goals that you see scored on St. Clair, where, you know, the over-rotation's through, the net gets left open, and it's nice to, you know, get one back for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, opening up the scoring again. We'll see if they can do what they did last game. I might call it series.
Oh,
if they
Kermit,
get another 6 goals
bold
here,
calls.
I'm gonna call it series. But again, who knows, right? Yeah, burst of momentum at any point of the game can be huge, and that's gonna go bar down on the bar. And as I say that, Devin's gonna put it in the net and open up the scoring.
I've seen so many of these plays where, you know, the ball just dribbling on the line, and a lot of the time the defenders have actually won it, but this time it's going to be a turn of events. Devin, one of the guys from the attacking side, GMU, will be able to hammer that one through, and it will result now in this being a 1-1 game. Just 4 minutes here on the clock still remaining, so lots of time to use to your advantage, but wow, what a start. St. Clair, I thought they were going to be able to potentially play the defense on that one, but it's just not going to work out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something here, and GMU looking for an opportunity here, but Jay's there to clear the ball to mid, but it's going to be back and forth. That's going to be an opportunity here. Devin's going to get it off the backboard. JK is looking for a touch, but nothing quite yet, and I think Comp got a piece of that to send it off to the corner.
Yeah, nothing is really going to come from that play in result. We got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock here, so a lot of dribbling around midfield, a lot of, you know, contested play here as of right now, but let's try to see that turn around momentarily. That's a beautiful shot from Devin, but Spoods with a better save, and honestly, Devin and Spoods have both been standout players here from both sides. Devin has found a lot of these offensive and defensive plays for GMU, and obviously for St. Clair Gold, we've seen what Spoods has been doing on the offense has been unmatched. So nearly approaching the halfway mark in this game, still tied up 1-1. We're looking for a big play from either of the players.
Yeah, huge play. You get the flick from Jay there, but it gets cleared almost instantly. And I mean, the defense from GMU is putting up almost the same as what we've seen last series. So again, it's definitely going to be tough scoring. So having it 1-1 is better than being down by 1, but also you want to open up you want to be the first one to break that tie.
No way! That's another one of those ones where the ball is, you know, kind of half in the net, half not, and it's just dribbling over there on the line of scrimmage right there for the net, but no, it's not going to work out. They're not able to
deflection.
hammer it through, and that's going to be a shot on net there. I mean, a little bit wide, but can St. Clair follow it up? It is going to be Comp actually able to hit the ball once there, but that's actually going to be sent toward the St. Clair zone. You're going to have to play some defense off it, and we will see Spoods save the day doing just that.
Yeah, it's going to be a 50-50. Titanium almost technically won that one, but again, the defense from both sides is unbelievable, and I mean, Comp almost getting that aerial. He's going to go for... No, he missed. I thought he was going to go for a goalie push there.
Yeah, it's just not going to come through, and it's still 1-1 here. Minute 45 on the clock, and St. Clair has had a lot of good time off possession, though, and time on attack. They have been getting a lot of good shots off. They just got to find one more, and it's just really going to lock this one through. You see this one gets sent over. It's about to get dropped down onto the net. There's an opportunity. It's lifted up in the air. Nothing's going to come from it, though. Now it's going to be Comp grabbing this one over towards midfield, trying to take it down into the GMU zone, but it's Spoods now playing defense with it.
Yeah, Jay's going to get a nice clear here. Going to 50-50 this, but kind of, you know, centered it a little bit there. Titanium going to go up for it. Going to pass that out front. What a pass to Devin, and big save there by Jay.
Yeah, Jay coming through with a massive one. We're just approaching about 60 seconds left here, so time has been dwindling down. This one, the nerves are definitely there. The winner of this game is such an advantage in this series, and it just does not get closer than this. 1-1 score line, 1-1 series score, and about 50 seconds on the clock. Very, very close to the overtime if, you know, we do actually end up seeing it. But regardless, the next goal scored most likely going to close out this game.
Yeah, we're getting to that time where, you know, 40 seconds, the way this game's going, most likely you're not going to score, but again, a bad kickoff or anything can happen, and that's going to be a huge save, the double commit from Jay and Spoods to keep that Saints alive and, you know, try to push an offensive push here. Comp's going to send that over. Comp's going to score!
Comp from the top down. He uses that backboard once again to his favor. Big assist from Spoods. You see it come through there. Comp will assist himself again as well. He's going to bounce it to himself. Top left of the backboard. We'll get the redirect and sends it down low. St. Clair is bread and butter today. Has been those type of goals. You know, get it off to the top sides, top corners. Get it to drop in on you and then hammer that one through the net. Works out perfectly. St. Clair gold now leading 2-1. And with only 15 seconds on the clock, you play lockdown defense here now. As much as what I say, you lock down your net. Do not let anything come through, and you will come away with a 2-1 series advantage.
Yeah, we're getting to that time. There's 3 seconds left. Saints are going to force this ball to the ground, I'm going to think. But Titanium keeps it up. Devin gets it in, but nobody's there.
There we go. So, yeah, I mean, for a second, GMU was playing a really good game of keep up, and it got a little bit skeptical for a moment. But regardless, St. Clair, once again, able to get the cleanup through, and they do a great job on it. That's a 2-1 series advantage over George Mason here now, and they only need one more. And one more win here moves them to grand finals. To be in the first week, the first qualies, and go into grand finals from the winners bracket would be such an accomplishment here for the Saints gold roster. We'll see what they can do. It'd also be a benefit to not have to see the Saints green roster and losers. So
yeah,
it's also a benefit to just try to stay out of losers bracket as a whole for right now. But yeah, George Mason University going to be trailing now down 2-1 in the series. We do see, the guys over at St. Clair really starting to heat up. Specifically, I want to talk about, Spoods. He might not have had all the goals there. He's had a lot of goals in the past, few games.
Yeah.
But this game, he really started to pull off the assists, the saves, the shots. Like right there, we see, only the one shot, but he came through with the 3 saves, the 2 assists. Like he assisted both of his teammates' goals. So he does a great job at doing that. We are going to be hopping into the lobby here for our next game and getting underway with it. Starting up right here, right now, it is going to be game number 4. St. Clair College versus George Mason University.
St. Clair on the match point, on the verge of going to the grand finals. But again, it all comes down to this, and Jay, oh no, that's going to be Spoods, is going to put it a little high, and I think Devin did get a piece of that.
Yeah, so luckily Spoods was able to fall back on defense in time. Got a little bit concerned for a second because, honestly, that kind of looked like a triple commit from St. Clair onto the net, and that was only like 10 seconds into the game, so that looked a little bit concerning for me for a moment, but it's nice to see that they have been able to regain and, get back into their set positions here now, as it is going to be dribbling towards midfield as Jay going to disrupt the play, sends it up and high, and he's going to try to continue to defend this one out here, but Comp is doing a perfect job of that. We'll send it right back over towards the midfield corner. JK will keep it in the zone, though, and he's going to play some pretty solid defense overall, but just battles in the corner so far. It's been the storyline over our first minute or so.
Yeah, and I mean, Comp's going to take this, probably leave it off for Spoods. Spoods is going to try to center that, but going to back off, try to rotate. You don't want to get caught on a bad rotation again. You did it twice this series, and you're trying to clean that up, especially going to the grand finals if you win.
Yeah, for sure. If you go to the grand finals, but like that's the thing, right? I feel like whatever team goes to the grand finals, there's a very, very high chance they play a team they've already played.
Yep.
Like, for example, there's a very high chance we see maybe like a U of F or a GMU or a St. Clair College. Like, those are the three schools that I'm kind of looking at right now. But Devin will find the first for GMU in game number 4, and a nice little play there. JK sends it up nice and high. It is going to be Comp, who tried to defend that one a little better than he was. Spoots is going to be down on the ground trying to play that one from ground level, but the hole was found there from Devin, and they were able to sneak that one through. GMU now going to have a 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, now you have Saints on the back foot, trying to come back, and Jay's going to have an opportunity here. That's going to drop right in front of the net.
Oh!
Nobody's there. As Spoods is just going to bounce.
It drops again!
Nobody's there. Comp doesn't want to come in.
How is this not
man.
anything happening? Now we have Jay in the midfield. We'll send it back towards the GMU corner. But yeah, that ball bounced like 3 times in front of the net. And just no one was able to really get a solid connection on it to, knock that one through or whatever it may be. Spoods, though, is going to be playing it from the air, trying to send it off the backboard. But Comp is not able to get the nice little angle for the redirect. Now going to be another big save from JK to stop that one from going through on the GMU net. Devin is trying to find, some sort of an offense play here once again. But that's St. Clair doing a great job. Titanium going to come through and play it off the backboard. They're not allowing St. Clair to. That's a goal! A great job. Take out the goalie for Spoods. Jay with the pass, Comp with the pass, and Jay with the goal. So you see the goalie gets taken out right now. A pass to Jay, and that is perfect execution. The teamwork there is immaculate. That is one of the best plays I've seen from St. Clair all day.
Like I said from the beginning, you have to take out the goalie. And stuff like
exactly.
that.
Like that's exactly what you needed.
If you take out the goalie, stuff like that, you open up the net again. If they had the possession here, that would be phenomenal. But nice clear there by GMU. And, I mean, it's all tied up like we've seen all series.
A lot of the one thing I've kind of noticed so far, Comp going to find another one on Devin there, so almost another actually goal from that as well. Spoots here playing the defense, but yeah, one thing I've really have noticed is that once you start getting into the top 5-6 seeds of our pool, they're all very defensive heavy teams, very teams that can lock down that net and just shut everything down. So it's definitely going to make things a struggle for St. Clair, being a little bit more one of those offensive teams personally. So regardless, 1-1 scoreline still. Someone's going to have to break this tie. We got 1 minute and 50 seconds on our clock. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, again, if Saints rotations has to be on point, and JK, as you were saying that, it gives GMU the lead.
Yeah, JK gonna find a nice shot there right from the center crease. Comp and Spoods were both hovering around him. It just wasn't enough there, and GMU gonna find yet another goal. Now 2-1 over the St. Clair Saints gold roster. Just under 2 minutes on the clock. Still lots of time to work with if you are St. Clair, but I mean, only one goal just ties it up. So you need to find a couple if you're St. Clair if you just want to end the series right here, right now. Otherwise, we could see a Game 5, and that gets pretty scary.
Yeah, that does get scary because it's anybody's game at that point, and I mean it's gonna have an opportunity here, St. Clair, but yeah, I believe that's Devin with a demo on Comp, and just gonna try and get an offensive pressure here as there's only, now it's all 3 players are back, but the offensive pressure from GMU has been pretty stout.
Yeah, it's been pretty steady all around. I mean, it's there for sure. So we are going to see things try to get turned around for St. Clair from, just under 2 minutes now to getting underneath a minute marker here. This is floating right around St. Clair offensive zone, but no, it's not going to work out. St. Clair just cannot connect on anything, and they leave the net open. I want to pull my hair out sometimes, man. Like, the over-rotation will hurt St. Clair there once again. And that it seems as if that's literally half the reason why they lose sometimes is the over-rotation. There's nobody left there to be able to play the defense, and it's going to result in GMU finding yet another goal, 3-1 over SEC.
Yeah, I mean, you got 50 seconds left. There's still plenty of time, just like that, but a big save by Devin. And, I mean, they need to go back how they scored the first goal. Hit the goalies, break the goalies. They need something to happen for them.
They're trying to get a little bit too fancy, going for the aerials, trying to get a good bounce, trying to get a good pass in. But no, maybe just try to, get rid of the goalies and brute force it in. I feel like that might be your better bet against these teams. But regardless, it is going to be St. Clair. Yeah, they still do have a bit of time to work with, but they're going to need to find a goal and needing to find one now if they do want to get this one up to a tie game. That's a center. It's not going to be there, though, for St. Clair to knock that one in. It's now JK playing the defense, sending this one out over towards St. Clair's zone. That should be wrapping us up here probably for the game number 4. Once this ball will touch the ground, we probably will be wrapping things up here now. So 2-2, another best of 5. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. This is all down to a best of 1 once again. Winner will go to grand finals and secure a top 2 positioning. Only top 1 will make it, though, through the qualifier phase. So lots of matches still to come. 2-2 game, hopping right into the next one. Both teams are trying to do whatever they can. We need to see the Spoods back who scores, 4 or 5 goals up in a game here or something, right? So the pressure is definitely going to be there from St. Clair, but you got to keep in mind that they got to be able to play the defense at the same time.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's anybody's game. We've seen Saints take off to a 5-goal lead and win. We've seen them with a 2-goal series lead. It's just unbelievable what they can do. And I think...
Okay, so the green roster actually will move on to the losers quarterfinals here now. They have knocked out the UCF Knights in a 2-0 fashion. So good news there from the lower side of the bracket. And it's going to be now St. Clair. I don't know.
Penn State Blue.
Penn State Blue is who they will be playing?
Penn State Blue.
Oh,
I don't know if that's their main roster. I don't know how they do their rosters, but... it'll be against Penn State.
Awesome. It's going to be good to hear. Penn State Blue here up against St. Clair Green. And that's going to be our next game on stream, I do believe, too, if we can, maybe. If we can get there in time. That's going to be the big question right now. Now, I do have another question for our production, though, is what point of loser bracket does it turn into best of 5? Because that is something that we're definitely... Yeah, my hands up, question mark? Yeah. Not sure. But yeah, so regardless, we'll have to figure that one out because lower bracket, I know that winners that switched over in quarterfinals to best of 5, I assume
think it's
probably might be either semis, but regardless, it is going to be Saints doing a good job down there in the lower bracket. It's good to hear. They might not be on stream right now, but they are doing a great job for sure. So it's a scoreless game here. Game 5, though, about a minute and 15 in. It's just been very defensive heavy, a lot of battles in midfield and whatnot, but St. Clair and the side of GMU just trying to do whatever they can to both find a spot in grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, you go to grand finals from the top. That's what you want. You have all the momentum in your favor. But again, you still go down to losers finals, so you only have to play 1 game to get back to grand finals. So
exactly. It's not the end of the world, right, to drop down into that lowers, but it just makes you have to win another game. That's essentially what it does, and it's not the best of situations. However, I do think actually in grand finals as well, I think the team that comes from winners has a little bit of an upper hand. I think they start off the series with like a 1-0 lead or something like that from coming from winners.
Yes.
There's something like that as well, or they have to reset the bracket. Or it's something in that regard.
I don't think it's a bracket reset in a qualifier. I could be wrong.
I think it's like best of 7. You start up 1-0.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is here in grand finals. That's the format. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We're going to do a lot more research as we do dig deeper into this tournament. But a great shot from GMU, but an even better save from Jay as we do approach the halfway mark through this game. Both teams are trying to do whatever they can, but, I mean, as of right now, GMU has a little bit stronger of a presence on the field, I'd say.
Yeah, right now they just have all the offensive pressure. I mean, St. Clair has not yet got any big opportunities yet in this game. So to open it up, the defense try to get a demo. You see there by Spoods trying to get that, but oh man, bad rotation there. Jay, lucky he was back and try to get something started here for the Saints.
Yes, indeed. So now 2 minutes remaining on the clock. I mean, a lot of time has been burned here, and that's going to make it lethal because whoever finds the first goal is going to have such a head start here. And that is such a close opportunity. Comp just not able to find it. Now it's a race back to the home base, and that is a shot on net, but Comp yet again there for a save. Now Jay looking to play it out. It is going to be sent over towards the outskirts of the map. Titanium playing it off in the corner here. A center looking to come through from Spoods. He's trying to just force that one through. Just not enough boost to make it happen. And it is going to be sent back over to the side of St. Clair. Jay here, though, to stop this play from coming through once again. He's just trying to waste some time to allow his teammates to come in here. Comp will find it. Jay is now over here in the offensive zone, and that is Comp still. Like, every time the ball moves, Comp is with it.
Yeah, I think Comp realized that, hey, I gotta be somewhere. So either on the offense or defensive side of the ball, he's showed up this game, and he's showed up the last 2 games.
Yes, 100%. So here we are. I mean, 4 minutes, still scoreless. A great opportunity for Spood's not going to come out. And that's Jay finding the top shelf. 1 minute on the clock. Your St. Clair Saints gold roster will find a 1-0 advantage. Game number 5, best of 5 to go to grand finals. It does not get more exciting than this, folks.
1 minute, 1 second left. And this could be the game winner.
Jay didn't skip that replay. You know Jay is standing up in his chair. He's freaking out. He's like got a few seconds to celebrate. But Titanium gonna come in with a nice shot there. So if you're St. Clair, you can't get too excited yet. You gotta play the defense here now, right? You gotta lock it down. With only 45 seconds on the clock, you're pretty happy because you took a lead late in the game. That is when exactly you want to take your lead. Now Jay, just try to clear this ball. Get it out. 35 seconds. Let the time tick down. Do whatever you can. Titanium firing away another shot. Gonna get sent over to the Saints corner. Devin here ready to play for it, but it's a battle in midfield. St. Clair trying to clear this one through. That's another goal. Cup will find it. Your Saints take a 2-0 advantage. 25 seconds on the clock, and they have such a head start over GMU to wrap up game 5 here now.
Oh yeah, now you get to the point. 12 and a half seconds to score.
Wow.
Each goal. Not ideal situation. GMU needs to score immediately.
The vibes are immaculate here right now. It is going to be St. Clair getting ready, getting in position to be moved on to grand finals. The time is dwindling down for GMU. They're going to have to make something happen. About 8 seconds until we call this one out. And I mean, with that being said, I think that's going to do it justice here. St. Clair Saints will advance the grand finals in East Qualifier number 1 of CRL. GG's all around. We will be moving over to catch our green roster, try to make their lower bracket run here now and potentially meet St. Clair in grand finals. But there is some disgusting teams in lowers now. Now in lowers, we have U of F, we have GMU, we have Saints Green. The lower bracket is looking lethal and lethal here now.
Yeah, it's not where you want to be. Saints, I believe they start off with a 1-game advantage in the grand finals. This is absolutely insane. And you know what? The best of the best teams right there in this bracket is unbelievable.
Let's take a look at the bracket here, actually, if we can, real quick for stream. And we'll just touch on it a little bit about the lower side of the bracket and kind of what the Saints green roster has to do moving forward. So Okay, so green's underway. We're not going to be able to catch this game they currently are. If we scroll down just one more little tad bit on the bracket, there we go. We can see what we're kind of dealing with. So St. Clair Saints Green will be playing against Penn State Blue. The winner of that will play either University of Florida or the UC Bearcats Red. And that will be kind of like your winner of the lower bracket. And then you go to GMU to play in losers finals just over. It's not on your screen right now, but there you go. So in the match BS, you will see GMU get moved down there in just a moment. And then the winners of all said games will meet GMU in final. Whoever wins out of these 4 teams will meet GMU there. It's essentially a fight for losers finals. There's 6 teams remaining in the tournament, one of which is in grand finals, which is St. Clair, one of which is in lower finals, which is GMU. The other 4 are competing for those spots.
Yeah, and you know what? We're in game 1. I don't know if it is a best of 5, but
it is. I'm almost certain that once you get to losers quarters, it's probably going to be moving over to a best of 5 format once again because it's getting to that point, right? So with that being said, we are going to send this one to a quick little break here as we do get set up here for our potential next game. So here's the thing. If Saints Green win, we're going to hop on with Saints Green after this. If Saints Green actually unfortunately do lose, we will be waiting for our St. Clair Saints Gold matchup in grand finals. However, if we do lose our game, we'll come back on the mic. We'll talk to you guys, explain the situation a bit, and kind of give you guys a brief rundown. So stay tuned in. We'll be right back in just a few minutes here. Well, maybe a little bit more than a few minutes, like 15, 20 minutes or so, giving you guys an update there on what the green roster has done in the lower bracket. Regardless, my name's Jackson Pride Brown, joined alongside Nicholas Kermit Malash. We'll be back with you guys in just a bit.